In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of quick tips on how you can start building much higher levels of confidence to start setting a really healthy foundation around your self-esteem, how to have more self-trust and more self-love in a variety of different areas in your self-development journey and in your life. Now, what I wanna talk about primarily is self-esteem for a minute, and also the correlation with self-esteem and achieving your goals. I think one of the biggest things that holds us back from achieving different things in our life, and this could be around like dating and social skills, it could be around fitness and health, it could be around entrepreneurship and business, it could be a variety of different things. But the issue is anything worth fighting for, anything worth working for, takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be an easy journey. That's what makes it worth actually going for those particular things. For example, going to the gym, you get jacked. Pretty fucking cool. Making more money, having financial freedom, pretty fucking cool. Working on your dating and social skills, being more confident, more charismatic, and dating really high quality, attractive women that you've always wanted, pretty fucking cool. But the issue is, with these particular endeavors, they can be a grind, they can be scary, they bring up a lot of insecurities, a lot of limiting belief systems, a lot of just resistance in general. And what happens is, when we actually go out to achieve those specific goals, when we go to do these things, in terms of our self-esteem and our overall level of confidence and self-love, what happens is this. Let's say, for example, you have specific dating goals and you know that you want to date high quality women. You're not happy with the caliber of girls that are coming into your life. You don't feel as confident as you would like to be. You want to be socially free. You see a pretty girl on the street and you want to have the ability to go and talk to her. And that's one of the goals that you've set out for yourself. One or two things are going to happen. If you approach this girl, you're naturally going to raise your overall level of confidence and your self-esteem will raise. If you see this girl and you don't approach her, what's going to happen is your overall level of confidence is going to go down and your overall level of self-esteem is going to go down with it. And this is the same as like your fitness and health journey. This is the same as business and entrepreneurship. There's going to be a variety of different opportunities for you to actually push past your comfort zone and actually do the necessary action to actually get what you want. But it's all going to be determined on whether or not you actually do the thing that's necessary. So you want to build self-esteem, right? If you can just primarily understand that if you feel resistance to things, you feel fear and you feel anxiety, this is a gift. Because when you feel that anxiety, when you feel that resistance, when you feel that fear, what's going to happen is, if you just push past it, you will build a positive reference experience. Let's say, for example, you approach that cute girl on the street, and let's say she still rejects you and it doesn't go anywhere. The reason why it's still a positive reference experience is because you've proven to yourself that even though you feel fear, even though you feel resistance, even though you had all these insecurities pop up, you were still able to take the right action to go and put yourself in that situation to potentially have an opportunity that you wouldn't usually get to have. That there is a positive reference experience. Even if it didn't go that well, even if she didn't like you, at least you push past your comfort zone, which then you realize you have a lot more self-reliance, a lot more self-trust, a lot more self-love, and you realize that like even though you feel negative emotions, you can still push the fucking envelope. And it raises your overall level of confidence and self-esteem. But if you don't do the thing that's necessary, then you don't have as much self-love, you don't have as much self-trust, it lowers your self-esteem, and you realize that you're weaker than the resistance that you feel. Same goes for stuff around health and fitness. Let's say, for example, you want to get more jacked in the gym, and you know that you need to go 3 times a week and you need to go to a busy gym with a lot of different people that could be looking at you or judging you or observing the way that you're lifting and your form and the way that you're dressed and how you look. Let's say you're overweight or incredibly skinny and you're worried about all the gym bros like looking at you and talking about you and mocking you. Yes, it's going to create resistance, bro. It's going to create a lot of fear. But the thing is, you need to actually go and do it, because if you don't go to the gym, you're just going to stay skinny. If you don't go to the gym, you're just going to stay overweight. If you don't go to the gym, you're going to succumb to fear. But even if you do go to the gym and people laugh at you or judge you, even though this is all just bullshit thoughts that are popping up in your head, at least if you do go and you take the right action, you realize you build a positive reference experience that actually proves that actually I went to the gym and no one actually really gave a fuck. They're all just a bunch of NPC fucking players in the game that are just hanging out doing their own fucking thing. And I went and did my workout. It was fun. I feel healthier. I feel happier. And I came home and I feel good about myself. I now trust that even though I felt resistance, I can push past that. Builds more core confidence, raises self-esteem. Same goes for business and entrepreneurship. You know that maybe you need to quit your job to then start like fully dedicating yourself to make more money. You need to start learning different skill sets or invest in business coaching, and it's scary because you don't want to make the investment and fail. If you do go and invest in yourself, and you do actually push the envelope and push past your comfort zone, and you do end up making money, and even if you don't make money, you still feel good about taking that particular action because you push past that resistance. But if you don't do that, and you're happy to settle for your 9 to 5, and you're happy to be in a situation where, you know, life isn't as good as you would like it to be, especially financially, then your self-esteem will actually go lower. So what I want you to do is, in any form or any area of your life, dating, finance, health and fitness, whatever it might be, if you feel resistance, if you feel fear, if you feel anxiety, you feel insecurities popping up, you feel limiting beliefs come up, you start to notice self-hate talk, what you need to do is see it as an opportunity to grow. Even if you take the action and shit doesn't turn out how you wanted it to turn out, who gives a shit, man? At least you're building confidence. At least you're raising self-esteem, more self-love, more self-resilience, more self-trust. And this is going to make you a more confident individual. For me, when I first started out in this journey, I came out of a 5-year relationship, and during that relationship, I became incredibly complacent, incredibly lazy. Naturally, as men, generally this happens in long-term relationships. If you do it wrong, I fell into the same trap as most. And when I came out of that relationship, I was far from the man that I wanted to be, and I realized there's all these different things that I wanted to achieve. But I had so many fears, I had so many anxieties, I had so much resistance to so many different things. I hadn't really stepped outside of my comfort zone in many years, being in this relationship where I was being constantly validated and told I was enough, and I didn't need to improve myself because, you know, I had a girl in my bed that would sleep with me and feed me and tell me I was beautiful. And I became weak. So I made the conscious decision from the moment that we broke up. I made the conscious decision that if I was ever to feel resistance or fear or anxiety or limiting beliefs started to pop up in my mind, no matter what that particular experience or situation was, I would just make sure I would push the envelope and just do the thing that actually made me scared. So for an example, I had a massive fear of jumping out of an airplane. There's no way in the world you would ever get me doing skydiving, ever. But one of my friends who was actually getting married, his wife reached out to me, or future wife actually reached out to me and said, "Hey Alex, Matt's actually gonna go skydiving. I wanna get it to him for a wedding present. I've already booked you a ticket, you have to go." And dude, I freaked the fuck out. I'm like, dude, there is no way in the world I'm gonna face one of my biggest world fears and jump out of an airplane. I'm just not doing it, fuck that shit. But then I realized, I'm like, well, actually, fuck. Like, I feel so much fear and anxiety to this, and I'm trying to grow right now. I'm trying to become a more confident and attractive version of myself. Fuck it, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And I did. I went and jumped out of the airplane. One of the most scary things that I've ever done in my entire life. But the universe threw this opportunity at me, and I just said yes. And to be honest, it was probably one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my entire life. Would I do it again? I'm unsure, but I'm glad that I did it. It actually raised my self-esteem and made me feel a lot more confident. Other experiences were, I actually got invited by another friend who was getting married. At this time, another friend actually reached out to me and said, "Hey Alex, I'd really like you to be my MC at my wedding." This meant speaking in front of hundreds of people. And I'd never done public speaking before. It scared the shit out of me. I didn't fucking man, that's very intimidating to be up there running an entire wedding with all these people that you've never seen before. Scared the shit out of me. At first I was like, nah bro, I can't do it. But then I called him back and I was like, you know what bro, fuck it. I remembered that I'm trying to push past any form of resistance that the universe naturally manifests into my life, and I want to push my comfort zone, and I did it. And afterwards, dude, the level of confidence that came from that experience was substantial. There's been many times in my life where I've felt fear. There was a time where I had a 6-figure job working in the mining industry, and I had an opportunity to go traveling full-time with Ben to start really focusing on cold approach and self-development and dating success. And I had a lot of fear about, quitting this job because it paid me 6 figures. I worked 7 days on, 7 days off. I'd been working for this job for years, but I realized I really want to travel and I want to get this particular area of my life handled. And what happened? I felt fear. I felt anxiety about potentially quitting my job and actually taking up this opportunity. But you know what? Fuck it. I did it. And because of that, look at me now. I'm sitting in front of this camera with a 6-figure coaching company, traveling the world and dating some of the most attractive women that I've ever been with. And it's all because I pushed past that resistance. So what I would suggest to you guys, whether it be seeing a pretty girl on the street, whether it be seeing a job opportunity, whether it be starting up at the gym for the first time, whether it be going into different social situations that create resistance, or just different things that pop up in your life that the universe naturally gives you as a challenge to actually push past your comfort zone, instead of running away from it, see it as an opportunity to grow as a man, be on your purpose, and start cultivating core confidence, raising your self-esteem, and generating a lot more self-love and perseverance and self-trust. And start building those positive reference experiences. When you feel resistance and you actually push past it, you realize you can do it, nothing bad's gonna happen, and the only thing that happens is you just feel better about yourself. And understand, if you don't do those things, you feel like a piece of shit. Your self-esteem will go lower, your confidence will get less, you don't have as much self-resilience or self-reliance or self-love, and it makes life in general a lot more difficult as a man, because you don't trust yourself to take the right action. And when you don't trust yourself, it's difficult to do the things that are necessary to achieve the goals that you're out to achieve. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you've enjoyed this type of dating and self-development content, please leave a like, a subscribe, leave a comment, hit the little notification bell for all future content on this channel. And for anyone that wants to really push their comfort zone and take their dating and social skills success to the next level, and you want to inquire about any of our coaching services, then all you got to do is click on the link in the description to book a free consultation call with either myself or Ben for all coaching inquiries. But until then, boys, see you in the next video.